There's a trial coming, a major trial. And we know about the mark of the beast. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why it's an economic mark. It's because probably the ultimate idol of the human heart is money. An idol isn't just something you love, it's what you put your trust in place of God. And that's one of the number one things. So he has fundamentally got to deal with this issue. But a few months ago, he surprised me by showing me a trial I'd never seen coming. There are people that are called in this day to walk in the works that he did and even greater works. I know some of them. I've met some of them. He showed me when I was a brand new Christian, the first year I was a Christian, that it was my calling to help these people along their way. Enoch prophesied about them. They're prophesied in the book of Jude, the mighty ones who are coming. And it says there, the mighty 10,000, that's the literal. If you translate it literally, there's not many, but 10,000 is a lot. Everybody is going to walk in more power. Okay, but some are going to do the most extraordinary things. We haven't even thought of these things before. But you know what he said the test that was coming to every one of them? Extraordinary wealth. Over the top wealth. And it is a test. How are they going to use it? He cannot trust them with the riches of the kingdom. And that's what we're talking about in these unprecedented miracles and all that God is going to pour out on the earth. And the test is, what are they going to do when they're handling mega finances? It's a test. Now, if we have the eternal perspective and not the temporary, where we're thinking always of the temporary things of this world, then I think we'll see that it's a test. It doesn't matter. We don't want to keep any of it. We don't want to build a bigger house. To me, one of the extraordinary things said about the patriarchs, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, it says they lived in tents. They were so wealthy, they made kings jealous. Paul the Apostle, he was an extraordinarily wealthy man. Remember when he went to testify before King Agrippa, and then King Agrippa would come and sit with him and want to listen to him, hoping that Paul would give him money? He's a king. And he knew who Paul was. I'm just saying, but there's a test coming. We want to be generous because we want our seed to be multiplied, not for, raising our standard of living, it's for raising our standard of giving. And trust me, it's coming. To be enriched in everything. But we've got to see how, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob could have built probably the nicest palace in the world at that time. Certainly one of them. They said, no, tents are good. I'm good with this tent. Because they weren't looking at this temporary world. They weren't looking at the earth. That's not where their vision was. They had seen God's city, what God is building. And once you see his city, you can't be impressed with anything man is building or they could build. They didn't care about a nice palace or anything. They were living for something much greater. And we also must see his city And we got to live by the vision of what we're seeking to be a part of. And that is, when we see it, that should control everything that we're doing. But some of you are going to be trusted with mega wealth. And it's a test.